Hey, happy Wednesday. I'm so excited to be here with you. My name is Monica Henderson, and I am the founder and creator of MinkLife Motivation, and I am your host for MinkLife Live. We are getting this party started right away here. So to join me in this awesome conversation today about supporting humans as resources, I would love to introduce you to our co-host. So today, our co-host is Andrea Gewirtz. She is a wellness thrive strategist with Wellbeing and Worth. She's also a MinkLife Motivation Master Trainer and the Dean of MinkLife University. Andrea, welcome.
Hello, Monica. Greetings. How's it feel to be 12 o'clock?
It feels like 9 o'clock as I stay on California time, no matter where I am, baby. All right. And next up, we have also one of our co-hosts, who is owner and photographer of Headshots by Peggy. She is also a headshot strategist, and she is a MinkLife Motivation trainer for the brand builder, Peggy MacArthur. Peggy.
Hey guys.
Peggy.
It feels lonely because I don't have anybody on the couch with me here today, but it's cool that we're all in our own boxes and still together.
I miss you.
I know.
And also to join us on the couch today, in our separate boxes, we have Irina Strunina. She is the founder of Smart Move 360. She is also a health strategist, and she is a MinkLife trainer of the Life Calibrator. Irina.
Yay.
Hello, Irina.
So we are coming from you all over the country at this point, as I am sitting in Ohio with my family. We are celebrating the life of my late father-in-law, Thomas Henderson. And so I am remote today. We are working through all of the technical difficulties and the kinks to get here. But don't forget, you are the fifth co-host of this show. So feel free to drop a line. Let us know you're there. Say, hey, girls, hey. And we would love to invite you into the conversation with us. Are you guys ready to get this party started today?
Let's do it.
All right.
Yeah. I think it is time. This is the week where we really kind of talk about humans as resources. And so we want to get motivated in that experience. So Alana's going to drop our question so we can get this party started. So why is deepening love connections? That's interesting. Not the question.
That was last week's conversation.
Whoops. There we go. There's the real question. How should we support our team as resources? Now, normally we would have a business person who is there to kind of kick off the conversation. And so we won't throw you on the spot and throw you right in, Irina, as we know you are really about that life experience. But let's start with Peggy actually today. So Peggy, can you tell us how you should support your team as a resource?
I think a lot of times when we have a team, we think of them as that team is working for us. And if we open it up and we look at it as we're working for our team and we think about how can we help our team, then it gives them more of an incentive and motivation, and they feel more like they're a part of the team and their ideas are valuable and they are a resource. I mean, clearly having a great team is the only way to build a great business.
Absolutely. Andrea, did you want to chime in on that?
Yes. That's so funny. How should we support our team as a resource? First, I think all entrepreneurs should remember that it takes a team to get most things done and that they are resources, and the failure to acknowledge the people that help you do what you do best is a resource, is the first place that you need to take account and make sure that you recognize and see them in such a way. And then after that is really realizing that they have personal goals and things that they want out of this experience with you, and that hopefully you are doing what is necessary to support them in one, helping you fulfill your mission, but giving them the emotional and professional support to make sure that they feel that it's reciprocal, like that they're somehow growing because of this connection with you. So that is your work, I think, as the head of a team, and especially when you are trying to develop people to one day replace you. I think that's how I always think of my team people. It's like, can they replace me? Because great, then I'm doing my job. So that's my 2 cents.
Oh, yeah. Irina, you want to chime in on that as well?
Well, definitely. I consider myself a team player, always been. And, earlier in my life, I read this and just following the saying by Zig Ziglar saying that you could achieve anything in your life as long as you make sure that everybody surrounding you are getting what they want in their life. So I am definitely out here to help anybody in a team that I am a team member or team leader to help them to get their results. So when they get their results as a combined team effort, we all can get what we are all together working for.
I love that. So, this week, this month, we're focused on connecting creatively, and I know people are like, "Well, why did you choose that?" Well, one, because this month is really about those partnerships, right, and how we're interconnecting our partnerships in our business, in our lives, and your team are the people that you're choosing to be in partnership with developing your business. And so it is super important for you to see them not only as a resource, but also as a part of the resources that you need in order to get your business to come to full fruition of it. But even if you are a solopreneur, and a lot of the times when we're doing the MinkLife Motivation principles with people going through the program and they're solopreneurs, they're like, I don't have a team. This doesn't apply to me. And it's not accurate. It's just plain wrong. As a matter of fact, Irina said those words and I was so offended when she said those words earlier this week. I was like, I'm not a part of your team. Everybody who you hire in order to help you in your business is a part of your team, from your business coach to your mentors to the person who prints your brochures and your postcards, to your person who does your headshots, to the person who helps you, stay sane as a life coach for you. Everybody's a part of your team when it's coming to building your business, because they are the resources that fortify you, that keep you going, that take things off your plate so that you can make them better. So even though you might be at home, desk jockeying it by yourself, right? You actually have a team, and it's really important to kind of identify them and also leverage them as a resource for you. Even if it's your accountability partners, everybody is a part of your team because they want you to see you successful in what you're trying to do. They have supported you in other ways of saying, hey, you can do this, or you come to this networking event with me, or whatever it is. And so you don't want to forget that they are a resource. And even as a solopreneur, that is the team that you surrounded yourself with. So I am so excited because this month we have brought back one of my favorite parts of the show, which is the entrepreneur's journey. And the entrepreneur's journey is one of the reasons why it's my favorite part, is because a lot of the times we think that we're alone in struggle in our businesses, right? Or we're alone in how we got here. And sometimes hearing from other entrepreneurs and how they got into their positions are really kind of pivotal to us kind of, staying inspired. So that's why we call this segment Stay Inspired. And our entrepreneur that we're highlighting today is Irina Strunina. And we've heard her story before, but I believe she's kind of lived a little life since the last time we've talked to her. And so we want to give her an opportunity to kind of share a little bit more about her entrepreneurial journey and how she came, or how the journey is coming along for her. So Irina, please share your story with us.
Thank you, Monica. It's Irina Strunina part 2. Uh, Anyways, my story, as I said before, and who've heard that before, but for those who didn't, started really in 2003 when my husband was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. And so I'm health strategist, and I'm helping newly diagnosed with diabetes. How did I get this interest? From there. It's 2003, and we back then didn't have internet, didn't have Google, so we had to search all information and collect the crumbs and make sure that everything is matching and affordable and attainable. So for 15 years, 13 really, I, as a business manager for my husband, who was a solopreneur businessman, was managing e-office and also his life, really, because we needed to make sure that the doctor's appointments are scheduled and attended, that the medication was filled in, that all recommendations were followed, and this all together goes along with the business that needs to be run. And as I said, 15 years we handled it, but he passed away, and after that I needed to do something with all the experiences that I lived with and information that I collected. And after I managed to find my grounds and become very capable and aware of the situation where I am, I started looking for different opportunities, and that opportunities showed up. And 2 years ago, I started working on my business, and right now I have my company. It's called Smart Move 360, and I'm helping newly diagnosed with type 2 diabetes to actually do what we needed to do: catch your breath, go through this devastating diagnosis, realization of what happened, so you could start um, making sure that you're taking care of yourself, of your business, of your life, and start making sure that you are not staying in place, you improving your life. So with the great team that I found in MinkLife, actually, I created a course, and I'm offering right now this course to families and people who were recently diagnosed, and helping them to make changes and stay with those changes and make the lifestyle that is supporting you and not damaging you. That's pretty much my story right now. Thank you, MinkLife Motivation, for the support I've got here.
Yeah, we, it's not the first time we've heard Irina's story, but one of the things that I love about her story is that she took a scenario of which she wasn't able to, fall apart after her husband passed, but more took it and used it as a moment of purpose and of drive to help someone else who might be going through that same thing, not have to do it alone, and to be able to kind of take that comfort. And I just love that about how you've been able to turn that scenario around to help people.
Thank you. And thank you for your help to get where I am right now.
You're too good at what you do for me not to help you. And that was the original conversation, right? I would like drag her kicking and screaming like, no, I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you because this is too good. It's too good. Andrea, did you want to chime in on Irina's story?
Yeah, I mean, I have, like you, Monica, been inspired by Irina since we met her, right? Since we met her in the beginning, and she's like, I don't know how I can help. And I'm like, you can help. And then really using the team methodology, ha ha ha. No, but really embracing Irina when she didn't want to sometimes, and saying, Irina, we're doing this. Come on, let's go. So it's amazing what you've created, the community you have. Like, hello, shout out, Facebook strong group that is just dynamic, interactive, loud, boisterous, full of opinions. And it's a great, no, and you know what? It's a great microcosm of people living with type 2 diabetes. And um, brava. I that's what I want to say. I want to say brava, and like never underestimate the power of your passion to help. And Irina has a serious, like she says, I'm a team player. Yes, it must be all those years of team sports on the Olympic team for skiing. She didn't tell you about that. She's awesome. So go in the group, check her out, and know that it comes from a place of passion because she doesn't want other people to suffer. And that inspires me on the regular. Whenever I get lost in the weeds of something technical and weird, I'm like, what would Irina do? Or, people who lead with their heart first and not necessarily with their heads, of which I am guilty. I lead with my head, sometimes not my heart. So, and Irina, I love that. I love that about you. So brava. And thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for
That's why
inviting.
we're such a good team. We have some people that lead from their head and some of us that lead from the heart, and we're either pushing or pulling each other all the time. That's why this is such a powerful team, I think.
For sure. Exactly.
Oh, absolutely. We've all kind of spent a lot of time together this week as we started our incubator, the incubator process. As a licensee of MinkLife Motivation, we have this 4-week incubator where we really go through and kind of kick ourselves in the pants to get those things that we wanted to get done. And the collective that comes together for this and the community that is built in that space, we get to have like front row seats of the growth that Irina had over the past 6 or 8 months. I'm lost in time here.
I think it's really been less than 6. It's like she opened it and it was like, kaboom!
Kaboom! Right. And it's inspirational to watch someone say, well, this is what I want to do. And you're there on the front lines when they're like, well, I'm trying to achieve this. I want to open a Facebook group, or I want to open a program. And then to be able to be along the way to support that and to champion that and to cheer that and to, remind that part is also one of the reasons why having a team, even in our, we are all solopreneurs of sorts in our businesses, but having that kind of camaraderie that comes along with being a part of a group like this and having that accountability for each other, it just really feels like a hug. It really feels like it keeps you moving forward. And literally, when she opened her Facebook group and the people came pouring, like she opened the doors and they came like flooding in, and we were all like, Irina has the hack. Let's follow Irina. What would Irina do? How would she do it? And so, it really does. I'm honored that you're a part of our community. And I love that you're a part of our community. And I love kind of seeing the principals program through your lens, and also the effect that the change that you can have on people with this program is just phenomenal for me. So thank you so much for being a part of our team.
Happy to be.
And for being an inspiration. I really, it means so much. It really does mean so much, especially after, seeing you kind of come out of grace. And there's so many people over this past year who have lost loved ones recently, and that may have taken the wind out of their sails. But to see someone like you who takes that and is like, no, I'm going to use this as a purpose. Kudos. And especially since we just lost a family member in our family this past week, it further reminds me, that those who aren't with us would love to be doing what we're doing, right? And so we have to kind of push on and be strong and help each other because they would want to be here to do the same. So thank you for that so much.
Can I add one more little, really quick?
You can add as many little quick things as you want, Peggy.
First of all, I want to let you know that this is the first time I've heard her whole story. I know you think that people have heard it before, but I feel like I spent a lot of time with you, and this is the first time I've heard your actual story. So, I think we need to be reminded that as our audience grows and changes, like, don't forget to tell our story, even if we're like, oh, they've heard that before. Maybe they haven't, or maybe we need a reminder. So thank you for sharing that. I know that that's a powerful story, and it's, it's an emotional story. But this is what since she said I could add as many as I wanted, I added that on top. So this is what I really wanted to say. As someone that lives with a chronic condition, and it's not diabetes, but it's, I have lymphedema, and knowing that when you have a chronic condition, it's so overwhelming. What to do, where to go, how to get resources. My insurance doesn't pay for this and I need it. Where do I go? All those things that are, in that. So I know what you're doing is powerful, but I just want to reiterate what you're doing is so powerful. Just having someone to say, hey, I'm here, I'll listen. This is how we get you the resources and the knowledge that you have and the experience that you have making this happen. And just going out and making that. Sometimes I talk to people and they're like, yeah, I'm not good at anything. I don't really have any special talents. It's like, yes, you do. And the fact that you acknowledge that and you've made this a business, it's very inspiring on so many levels. So that I always get in trouble for talking too much on this show, so I'll be quiet for a minute.
Never. Never do you get in trouble, and never do you be quiet for a few minutes.
True. That's true.
All right. So as we kind of keep working through our show here today, we are talking about keeping networking. And, as we're defining networking at MinkLife Motivation, it's really about kind of connecting with people in order to get help, right? Either to get more clients or to get more assistance. And a lot of the times we don't think about networking as, I need to network to solve a problem. We always think about networking as, I need to network so that I can get more clients. But networking is really about you connecting and making those relationships with people who can help you either solve the problem of, I need more clients, or solve the problem of, I actually have this tech issue, or I have this other issue. And so the question Alana's going to drop in for us in a sec is, how can we share one tip? We're off by a little bit today, but it's okay. So share one tip about maximizing your humans as resources. Actually, we're going to ask the real question. The real question is, who do we need to ask for help when it comes to using a team as a resource in our businesses? So who do we need to ask for help? I see your thinking caps on.
I'm going to go. Can I go?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Who do we need to ask for help? I love questions. You asked me something and I asked you 5 questions back. You're like, who's asking the question here? So know that's what happens with me. The Socratic method. So who do you need to ask for help? First, again, I'm going to go back to my whole thing about acknowledging the people that are your resources, and then sometimes positing a question with them, even if you're like someone you pay or something you do, like getting that feedback from them, not just because you're the person directing your ship, but feedback is the name of the game to grow. And so being fluid and really in the mode of, I need help with this. What are your thoughts? Or when you go networking, to what Monica said, is I love when I'm out networking wondering who people are wanting to meet. So they'll ask me who I'm wanting to meet. Like there's a whole strategy around asking. And I think the biggest thing for us entrepreneurs is never being afraid to ask. Because as my mother said, there's no dumb questions. And if you all know the whole thing about assuming what people know about you, to Peggy's point just a moment ago, makes a who you know what out of both you and me. That's the assume thing. So I think that's where I got that whole questioning thing from my mother, because she's like, "Are you assuming again?" And I'm like, "No, I'm sorry." And so she made me the questioner. Now that I share this with you guys right now, is definitely the thing. I really think I'm here with Monica because she asked me a question. I'm here with Peggy. We ask each other questions all the time, and share, like she said, feedback and things like that. This whole process of Ink Life is about asking questions and figuring out where you are and where you're going to go. So I'm the lover of questions, and there's no question that's inconsequential at all. They all have some sort of way to add layered meaning to what you're doing as a person, as a business owner, and of course, in just getting feedback about how you're showing up in the world. So that's my long.
Well,
So
I
are we?
Peggy agrees with you, as that's her favorite part of the entire MinkLife Motivation process is the question slide. One slide out of the 34 slides, she's like, "This is my jammy jam right here."
It's the only way you grow. It's the only way to grow.
It is the only way to grow, and it's the only way to get an answer, because what good is it to sit there and say, I don't know how to do this? Like, who's that helping? What's the point of that? We all are in agreement. You do not know. Okay.
Okay.
You know,
I'm sorry. That is my trigger. Like, you want to set me off? Say, I don't know.
right.
Monica's
Exactly.
seen it.
And I raise my kids like that. I don't know. Or the other thing is, I'm hungry. Okay. So what do you want? But hey, is there any food that I can eat? Now that's a question. That's something that can be answered. And as silly as that may seem, I've always wanted to like implant that into them, not to state the obvious. Like, we all know that. What do you want to do about it? Like, what's the problem here? And I think that goes, who do we need to ask help from? We need to ask help from everyone. If I'm working on something in my head, this drives Mary crazy. But if I'm working on something in my head, I may be at the grocery store and the cashier says, "Oh, what are you up to today?" And I'll be like, I'm trying to find a plumber. I mean, whatever it may be. It may be like, I'm having an issue with my lighting. Whatever it is, like, I'll ask everybody that question. And Merrick's like, I'm like, you don't know. They may know someone. But if you don't ask, they're obviously not going to answer. So I ask everybody everything. If I'm working on something in my head, I have no problem letting you know I'm working on that. And it may just be as simple as, I'm just going to say it because, three people back there may overhear me and go, "Oh, here's my card. Call me. I can not get you that person." You don't know until you ask. So I am a big question asker. I love asking questions.
That totally reminded me of this story. Like, so there was I am in a city, so I take public transportation all the time. And I was on a dash bus between train stops, and there was a lady I overheard talking about a kitchen remodel, and how she was like, "I don't know how I'm going to afford it. I can't figure out this, that, or the other. Should I refinance my house, or should I do the, or should I just save for it? What should I do?" And I was like, "Hey, I know someone." I was completely ear hustling, totally just bombarded myself into these people's conversation. But I was like, "Hey, I know an architect and an interior designer, and they would love to just have a conversation with you and figure out if, what the best option is. So that at least while you're saving, how long it's going to take for you to save in order to get what you're trying to get done. And it's just like Peggy said, when you can get to the point where you can ask questions about, like, I'm working on something and I need help, and just asking the question is free, by the way. It doesn't cost you anything. If anything, it costs you more not to ask the question, because you lose out on all of that time just spinning your wheels about, like, what should I do? What should I do? When a 10-minute phone call, like Peggy does me all the time, a 10-minute phone call can actually clear up all of the things just so quickly, and can also point you in the direction of the person that you might need to be connected to. So I love that Peggy 1 is modeling asking for help no matter what. Irina, you don't have to raise your hand, just jump in, girl.
Well, actually, Peggy, you not inspired, but directed my way of thinking also in a certain way, because I was kind of like, I know what to say, but this is not cute. I found a cute way to answer this question. And, when I was growing up, back in Russia, we had this cartoon with 4 characters. There was the snake, there was the parrot, there was the monkey, and there was an elephant. And elephant was, and there were like young animals, right? So there's this elephant with the little glasses, and he's kind of sort of wise, and monkey is running around, doesn't know what to do, and parrot is always asking questions. So parrot was considering one question, and monkey didn't know what to answer, and the snake was thinking very long, and the little elephant came with the solution. Said, if you don't know something, you have to ask somebody. And this is this is like the essence of it. When my kids are saying that, oh, I didn't know what to do, so I did that. It's like, when you don't know something, you have to ask somebody, because assuming that the solution is there, but you are, and you're supposed to know it, it's not necessarily truth. So even if you think that you know the solution, but have doubts, ask somebody, and you will be surprised with what solution or help you can end up with. That's my 5 cents.
I don't know about you, but I feel like that's definitely leveraging humans as resources for sure. And then I guess the big takeaway is ask for help, which is probably the hardest thing for all of us to do, but really kind of pivotal for our success in business, for sure. So as we come to round up the topics today, the curiosity is, in trying to gain knowledge some more, what is our one tip that we're going to share to maximize humans as resources? And I guess we can take off the table, ask for help, as we have beat that horse nice and hard today. So how can we leverage using humans as resources? Who wants to go first?
I'll start. I'll start.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm going to start because I am going to use something that Andrea said in the very first question. And so I'm beating you to it, Andrea. You should have just jumped on it. So Andrea said something that I knew, but I never verbalized before. She said, remember that your team has a personal reason for helping you. It could be just they need the money. It could be they need the experience. It could be they want to model a business after the way you're doing. Like, so I think one of the things that will help leverage human resources more than anything is actually appreciating that and knowing, hey, why are you here? How can I help you? Because when you come at that, hey, I appreciate your opinion. What is it that I can do for you attitude? They're going to be more open to give more into you. And a leverage, right? It's about give and take. So that's my tip.
Love that.
I was not thinking I could repeat myself, but I'm glad you repeated yourself.
Well, I can repeat you. So see, because that's not in the rules. You just can't repeat yourself. So
Always a loophole finder, man.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
We make it sound like Monica has these strict rules. We just get on here and talk. There are no real rules.
Well, we want to make it interesting for them so that, it's like four brains thinking more than one thought. So it's like not a Borg. It's really, four brains. I love that, Peggy, and I'm glad that that resonated because as a team leader, as the dean of a MinkLife University, that's really important. I think to even go past that a little bit and to leverage to maximize your human resources is they're there for a reason, and then your engagement as the leader really matters to them. I think that we all remembering our humanness and connecting, it goes back to that whole concept of connecting. Yes, we're here doing work. Yes, we're doing this, but we are here as humans, and I'm interested in you as a human, and your humanness is another layer to that whole onion about acknowledging the people. I know resources sounds clinical sometimes when you're talking about humans. However, I just love the fact that we are all so interconnected. And when we model that and show genuine interest in the welfare and well being of another, even if it's not in your wheelbarrow, it's like, really maybe they're there to Peggy's point working for the money, but really having one thing about them that is way out of whatever you're in your parallel relationship for is a really great way to maximize humans and connect. And connection is the name of a game, and knowing that your team is a resource because you're connecting with them in a human way. So I know that seems a little, but
I want to chime in right
yes.
right there.
And you're going to finish it.
Yes. So just to continue what you and Peggy were talking about, the when we have a team and everybody is here, as you already mentioned, for a reason. Otherwise, they will not be a team member, right? Then one more step that sometimes we forgetting to do is to trust that your team member is here for a reason, for good, to contribute, to bring help, to offer their knowledge, expertise, whatever. So when we let ourselves loose and kind of like, I don't have to control every single thing here, but let this person to shine, let this person to share. They in return want to perform in the best possible way and do the best they can, and therefore it contributes to everybody's success there. That's my little tip.
I'm going to add to that and say make sure that you are allowing people to work in their zone of genius, because not only are they there because they have a personal reason of why they're there, but everybody wants to be healthy, wealthy, and fulfilled. And when you allow people to actually work in their zone of genius, they get to get both sides of their brains fulfilled in that space, right? They get to do it for the reasoning of whatever makes their heart happy. And they also get to do it for whatever the analytical reason of why they're doing it. So when you're allowing people to live in their zone of genius to help you, like when I let Andrea help me with all the word crap in the word acrobats, and she just loves words. And when I let Irina help me figure out how to connect to more people, and when I let Alana help us look amazing on video, and when I let Peggy really just rock out on headshots, just go to town on like, yeah, I'm gonna pose you in this way. And it's hella awkward to be in that weird position, but my picture comes out great, right? Being able to let people just do their zone of genius actually helps them, one, maximize your resources, but also allows them to maximize theirs as well, because everyone wants to work doing something that they love. Everyone, I don't care who you are on the planet. If you could get paid to do something that you love, you're going to take that over the crappy stuff all the time. So understand people's zone of genius and let them work in that space. So that, I think, wraps up our topic. Oh, yeah.
We did it.
So with that, we have come to the end of the show, and I'm so excited to again hang out with you always. But I want to give people an opportunity to connect with you and to figure out what exactly they need to do in order to stay connected with you. So it is time for announcements. And with the announcements, we're going to start with our guest today, Irina. Please share what's happening in your world in Smart Moves 360 and how can people connect with you?
Well, right now, as we speak, I'm working on launching a new program that will be kind of like right now I'm managing and working with people who are recently diagnosed, but it's a group effort. It's a big group. It's a 6,500 people group, and it's very hard to be personal there. Luckily, because I do trust people who are there, that they are there to learn and help and support each other. So it's very well self-managing community there. But I would like to add some my personal touch to there. So I am opening soon. I don't know yet the date. It will be separate announcement. The space where the help from me, from expert on particular topics will be offered, and that will be a new space on the internet that people will be able to connect with and get specific help in the issues and areas where they need, where I can focus on them instead of helping everybody to find everybody. That's my announcement.
I love it.
So if they follow you, will you, if they're following you, they'll be able to know when that announcement happens?
Yes. Well, right now, as we have here this Diabetes 101 for beginners, this is this huge Facebook group I am talking about. There is also Smart Move 360 Facebook group where also those kind of announcements are there. So these two places definitely will be all over the, every day there will be some information about that. So just follow me there, and you'll find all my news there. I am posting daily.
Love it. How about we go to Peggy?
I have fully launched the Headshot Strategist program. I have a program for actors. I have a program for entrepreneurs. I have a program for parents of youth actors. So it is fully launched and running. It is amazing. I'm getting tons of great feedback because I just really believe that your headshot is your first impression, and it should be one of the biggest parts of your marketing strategy. It's something that we all use, we all need, and people aren't using it effectively. So that's my goal, is to get you out there and reach the people that you need to reach. You can find me at headshotsbypeggy.com.
Perfect. And Andrea?
Well, the final touches on the Weight Loss the Right Way group are underway, opening probably the end of this week. So look for it at Wellbeing and Worth, both on Instagram and Facebook. We'll be putting out the announcements of how to join that community. It's me in a group format, public/private, because you have to, ask to be there, but to really talk about this big topic in a healthy, sane way. It's really not just about the weight loss, and we're really going to talk about the ways you can customize this journey for yourself. And so come on in. We're all about being in a well body, and I can't wait for everyone to join in who could use the information about just overall wellness. So it's coming by the end of the week. I think my video's done, my emails are done.
Yay.
And it'll be plastered all over social media. So yeah, you'll find it.
Awesome. I am also excited because we have decided to start giving tours of our new digital home, Mingle, which is on the Workplace Network. And I would love to invite you in to take a tour and get to know MinkLife Motivation and this awesome batch of amazing people that we have collected. They are experts and coaches who are there to support you in the community. There are four 4 things that come along with your community membership, which is your personal networking, your leadership course, your executive voice, and your executive voice. Oh, and self-care course. In self-care course. So those are all in there. There are MinkLife hacks coming, and we are working through those as well. So there's so many things in the Mingle community, and we want to invite you to take a tour. Go to minklifemotivation.com, where you can actually sign up for a tour or join the community. Either way, right now we have an introductory price of $20 per month. You cannot beat that with a stick. So with that, that is our announcements. I'm so excited. What I want to share with you all is our quote for the week. And the quote for the week is, if it will go. Oh, no, it won't go. So no quote for the week. Just technical difficulties whenever they want to be. But your quote for the week is if you need help, choose an expert, but choose wisely. And with that, we want to say thank you to everyone who helps make this show possible. We want to help thank Alana so much, the voice in the sky who moves us along, Andrea, Peggy, and Irina. I always love hanging out with you all. The promotional shots for this are by Headshots Peggy. And what I want to say is to remember that you have the power to activate the vision within. We will see you next week, same time, same station, right here on MinkLife Motivation page. We will see you soon, Wednesday.
Bye.
Bye.